It is really, really windy out here today. We found a hole down here on the creek and kind of got down behind a bank to get out of this wind, but it is blowing like crazy. How can you use the wind to your advantage when you're out fishing? Good morning, guys and girls. November 13, a windy day here on the Eagle. And I'm telling you, the wind's coming in. It's going to get cold. Something's going to happen. Might rain. Genesis 4:7, first book of the Bible, Genesis 4:7. And here's what God says. If you do things well, I will accept you. That's good enough for the verse right there. If you do things well, I'll accept you. But if you do not do them well, sin is ready to attack you. Sin wants you, but you must rule over it. You must rule over sin. When you're not doing well, sin is ready to jump onto you. And once sin gets a control of you, whatever sin that might be, it'll rule you. It'll rule your life, and it'll ruin your life. See what I wrote about that? Obviously talk about the wind, huh? The elements play a big part of any day's fishing. Most of the perfect days occur when we have to work and we can't go fishing. Wind, rain, hot, cold, high water, low water, muddy water, clear, every situation can pose a problem. The better fisherman you become, the more you'll be able to use different circumstances to your benefit. There's a scripture in the Bible, I think I wrote something about it, not positive, but scripture in the Bible that talks about things that are meant for your harm, God will turn them around and make them for your benefit. And there's a lot of things that happen like that, things that go bad in our life, and we get all down in the dumps and we complain and we gripe and, oh, woe is me, we have a little pity party. But that thing that goes bad, God is using for our benefit. We don't know the final plan. We don't know what God's final plan is, and He'll use maybe getting fired, maybe having your car stolen, maybe getting cheated out of some money. He'll use that to your advantage. And you might not find out what that is until months or years down the line. And you look back on it and you say, wow, God was at work all along. So we need to learn how to use the circumstances, the situations, the elements that we think are bad out there in fishing. We need to use them to our advantage. God expects us to excel. He wants us to succeed and do things well in every circumstance. He'll not abandon us when we don't do as well as we should, but He does give a warning. This is not God saying this is me. When we goof off, sin will be there to pounce on us. That's kind of paraphrasing God. I don't know if God has ever said goof off. I never read it. When we goof off, sin will be there to pounce on us. Here's the deal. We either rule over sin with God's help, you hear that? With God's help, or sin will rule over us. Make a commitment today to excel in your life circumstances, whatever they may be. Make a commitment to be exceptional, to excel in your life circumstances, and you will reap His rewards. God will reward you for being an exceptional person. He will reward you for the bad circumstances that happen, that you don't gripe, you don't complain. You just keep praising God, you just keep putting Him first in your life. He'll reward you for that every single time. Every single time. Here's our tip for today. Wind direction will predictably position bass on structure or cover. They will predictably position the bass on certain structure and the way they are. So use that wind to your advantage. Think about when the wind's blowing. Obviously, we know that fish will always face into current, so it will position them facing a certain direction. If you're fishing riprap or fishing points, a rocky point, something like this, generally on a spring day or a fall day, the fish are going to position themselves where the wind is coming into the bank. It's blowing shad and bait fish in there. There are things you can do with the wind to learn how the fish are positioned, how to present your bait to them, how to catch them. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I love you.